I think one of the most important parts of having a morning routine is giving yourself enough time to get ready. See, I think that the time that we need to get ready is more important than the time we wake up at. It doesn't matter what time you get up. I mean, it matters, just not in the way that most people would think, right? It's not about whether you are a part of the 5 a.m. club, or if you wake up at 4 a.m. and you get to the gym, you get that workout in. You know, not all of us can be a part of the David Goggins, the Jocko, those types of attitudes. You know, yeah, sure, a lot of really successful people wake up really early in the morning, but that's just what works for them, and they have the resources to make that happen. For me, early mornings they don't work. I don't like them. And when I say I don't like them, it doesn't mean because I'm not able to get up in the morning, because I can. It's just I feel a lot more productive at night, and so while I am trying to get on a better sleep schedule, it just helps to be able to realize that 5 a.m. is not something that's a must for me. And it's not a must for you either. Now, don't get me wrong. It's important to wake up with enough time to get your morning routine done, and so that you're able to start your day without feeling stressed, right? Because if you just get up at any willy-nilly time, you're not going to have enough time to get yourself grounded, get yourself mentally, emotionally, and physically prepared for the day ahead of you. If you're like me, and you started out on this journey, you're trying to find a good morning routine, the first place you're going to turn to is Google, right? Google will give you hundreds of different articles, videos, blogs, all written by people who have become experts in their morning routines, or the morning routines of the uber successful people in life. You know, you got to be able to get up at some ungodly hour. You have to be able to exercise for an hour, eat a good breakfast, meditate, journal, express gratitude, hike, solve world hunger, all in the first 45 minutes of your day. I know I need a good morning routine because I can feel the difference between when I am awake and I'm able to get through what I want to, you know, my routine, and when I wake up and I feel rushed. When I feel rushed in the morning, it's like my whole day I can never catch up. Doesn't matter if I'm super busy or not. It's just going to be there. I need my morning routine. I was watching one of Big E's vlogs, and he said the one thing that he did that changed his life was he put himself first every morning. He doesn't check his phone. He doesn't check any of his social media. He puts himself first, whether that's he goes out for a walk he exercises, he eats a good meal, gets hydrated. Whatever his morning routine is, he puts himself first. He likes to say that he has a battery, and every morning he wakes up and his battery is charged from the night of sleep. And he only wants to spend energy on certain things. So he prioritizes himself first. I think in today's world, especially what I do for work, I work at a nonprofit specialized in helping struggling and homeless youth, that it's good to take time to ground myself first. So I want to preface this first with, I know that I'm not perfect. I know that I don't have the best morning routine ever, right? I'm not an uber successful creative person. This is just what has worked for me, and I'm going to share that with you, right? I have to find a time that works well for me. And so far, that's right around 6 o'clock. Gives me enough time to do my morning routine and be able to still make it out the door so I can get to work on time. Here are a list of the 5 things that I've noticed have helped my day when I prioritize them. So 1, drinking water when you first wake up, 20 to 30 ounces, can help boost energy, help our bodies get rid of waste, and can invigorate our day. Sometimes you just got to add a little bit of lemon to the mix, and you can, not only are you boosting your energy, but you're rehydrating and aiding in weight loss, which, if you're here on this channel and you're listening to me, probably what you're on your own journey in your own way. So the next thing I do is I make a to-do list. Something, it's so simple yet so crazy effective in removing anxiety from my morning. I sit down, I drink my water, and I write out everything that I feel like I have to do that day, because I can then get it out of my head onto paper, something I can track, and it helps. It helps me focus, it helps me prioritize, and I think that's huge. There's something incredibly satisfying about being able to scratch off stuff off your to-do list, like, yes, I accomplished that today. So the third thing, I like to meditate. Now, meditation can mean a lot of different things for a lot of different people. It could just be sitting quietly. It could be doing a guided meditation on YouTube. It could be doing yoga. It could be doing a yoga nidra, or any of those other wonderful things that just help ground you, help bring your mind and your body and bring your energy together so that you're able to better grasp your day. I really like using apps like Calm and just YouTube. I like the guided meditations on YouTube. I'll just search up a 10 or 15 minute guided meditation, and there's tons to pick from. Look around, use the different ones, see which one you like best, see if that person has more, right? There isn't just one way to meditate, and it's whatever gets you ready for your day is the one that you need to do. I usually like to incorporate my 4th thing with meditation, and that's just get outside. Stand barefoot on the ground and get actually grounded. I live on a 2nd-story apartment, so I usually like to sit out on my step and just absorb the sun that's coming up. I live on my door is south facing, so that sun is bright in the mornings. And so I go out there, I sit out there, and I listen to the meditation. I follow along. I let the sun's warmth kind of warm me up and invigorate my cells and just get me the energy that I need to get throughout the day. That could be different for a lot of people. I know some people like to go for hikes. They'll just go for walks in the morning. I'm not saying that this necessarily has to be an exercise, but just get outside. Get some fresh air into your lungs. Renew your day and yourself. Number 5, and this is just a personal one for me. Well, I guess all of this is kind of personal. But for me, I like to read. Now, I do read later in the evening. I'll read different self-help books, or those personal development books later in the evening. So in the morning, I like to focus on more of my spiritual aspect. So I'll read from my scriptures. I'm currently going through the Old Testament, and I'll read 10 pages a day. Something I used to do when I was a kid. During summer breaks, my mom would wake us up, and we'd go to the dining room table, and we would read a chapter a day. I think that really helped instill my love of reading. It was something that, in the time, I didn't necessarily like it. I didn't want to get up on summer break and go read my scriptures or whatever storybook we were reading at that time, but I do now think that it helped me with my vocabulary. It helped instill that love of reading, and I wouldn't be who I am today without it. So I like to spend some time first thing in the morning getting myself right, and then getting myself right with God. And I'm not perfect by any means. I'm so far from it that it's comical for me to even think that, perfection is even close to the table. But I know that throughout my days, I can deal with some pretty heavy stuff. Whether that's addiction, that's, homelessness, that's death. It's all sorts of really, really heavy emotions that I deal with on a day-to-day basis. So if I don't have myself grounded, or I'm not okay, I'm not going to be able to help these youth as effectively as I would want. So I ground myself first, and then I'm able to not necessarily attack the day, but I'm able to take on whatever's thrown my way. While those 5 steps kind of help me get through my day, I think it's incredibly important that you find what works for you. There's going to be a lot of people who can tell you this is what the most successful people do. There's truth to it. If everybody who's successful is doing the same things, we might want to kind of key into that. If waking up early, going to bed early is something that can help us, maybe that's something for you to look into. But I truly believe that you have to find the best morning routine that is something that you can stick to. If you're not a journaler, don't journal. If you don't like meditation, if that scares you, don't do it. Find what works for you and stick to that. That's the best advice I can give. Don't let the word should keep you from finding your own peace. I don't understand why it's so hard for us to conceptualize the fact that we are different human beings. We're gonna need different things to feel our best. It's not that hard. Listen to your body, listen to yourself, feel what's right for you, and go by that. Just remember that having a morning routine can and will help. So, find what works for you and do that. And go crush your day. Remember, all we're trying to do is be 1% better today than we were yesterday. Spread happiness, not hate. Love y'all. So something I've been working on for the past month or so since I found out is collecting school supplies for the DCS Back to School Carnival. So yeah, the whole point of this carnival was so that we can give kids an opportunity to earn some of their school supplies by doing fun little games, and it just gives us a way to try and bring some fun back into school. The past few years, ever since COVID, it's been a really hard time on these kids, and school just isn't what it used to be. So we're trying to bring a little bit of that fun back. We're gonna have some games and stuff that they can play, but I'm really, really, really happy with the turnout that we got from, the donations. So yeah, if you donated or helped in any way, shape, or form to contribute to, me being able to help these kids, I appreciate you. So I've done that thing again where I forgot a pair of shorts to change into to go to the gym. So I have to go home. And I have to admit, I'm not I'm not too terribly excited about going to the gym. I just don't want to go. Maybe it's just having a couple days off. But if I'm sharing my honest opinions here, I don't want to go. So I'm gonna try and make myself go. Just gonna go home, change into my shorts real fast, throw on some gym clothes, and just get out the door. If I don't give myself time to think about it, then I can just do. Well, I didn't want to go, but I made it here, and I realized today is an easy day. It's just some upper body, like your vanity workout, your bench press, shoulder press, you know, the flies. It's gonna be an easy workout to crush. So I'm gonna go get that done, and I'll be back in a little bit. All right, guess what? We got it done. Got the chest, tricep day, push day. Yeah, in and out, about an hour, maybe a little less than. Yeah, beta alanine, not really my jam. I like the pump product from Ghost. That, like, I feel good, but man, I don't know when the beta alanine wears off. I feel like I'm on fire. But yeah, now I'm gonna go home, get some dinner, and get some editing done. Time to go clock into job 2.